Okay, welcome to Larrikin Photography. I hope you're having a good day. Now today I thought we'd talk about lenses. So, you go out, you buy yourself a camera body, or you're going to buy yourself a camera body and you want to know what sort of lenses to get. I would suggest, first off, getting a sort of lens that you can do many things with. Now this lens here is a 28-300. It doesn't go down real low. It's 3.5 to 5.6. So it won't open up as big as a 2.8, but it's not a bad lens. Now, if you use something like this for a while, you can see the focal length you've been using. If most of your photos are between 70 and 200, or if most of your photos are between 28 to 70, then that's a good idea of what size lens you should get. But I think it's a pretty good all-round lens. It is glass. It has got a bit of heft to it. I don't buy any plastic lenses. All my lenses are glass. Now I bought this lens brand new. All my other lenses I've bought secondhand, and I've been more than happy with them because they're all good quality lenses. Now this one was made for digital cameras. It doesn't have an aperture ring. All my other lenses have aperture rings because they were made for older cameras, but they are still good lenses. But now this is an F-type lens. Now, because of the mirrorless cameras are going to Z-type lenses. So if you buy a mirrorless camera, you'd want to get the Z lenses. You can use these lenses on it. There are adapters, but I think the Z lenses would be better on a mirrorless camera. But, if you go to the shop, like in the other video I made where we went to Kitamura Camera and had a look, and they had a D800 like this for sale for $500, that's a good starting point. I think you're better off spending more money on your glass, on your lenses, than you are on your body. Bodies, they change all the time. Lenses stick with you. You keep them. Now, this lens here, this is an old lens, I've had this for ages, this lens. I've had it for probably 25 years or more. Now, this is an 80-200. Now they make a 70-200, but this is an 80-200. This thing is a tank. It weighs, it's so heavy, but it is really good glass. It is fantastic. Now this lens will go down to 2.8, so you can open him right up. It's really nice. It's a really nice lens. Very solid, very, so if you're going to use for a bit of zoom, you can use these for portraits. A lot of applications you can use these lenses. Now this lens, I bought it about 25 years ago. I paid about $600 for it. Knew they were probably worth around $3,000. So it was a good deal. And it's still great lens to use. Now, other lenses I have, like I've got the 50mm on the camera at the moment. These are, like they call them, a nifty 50. These are a great lens to get used to taking photos. You've got no zoom. You have to move closer or move back depending on your focal length, what you want. These things go down. This one goes down to 1.4, so it opens up really big. Like I was saying, the smaller the number, the bigger the aperture. The bigger the number, the smaller the aperture. So you just got to think of the numbers going backwards. Anyway, this is a great little lens to start. You can get some nice blurry, you can blur the background really nicely with them. And they're reasonably cheap. You can pick them up cheap, there's plenty. Now another lens I've got is a 20mm. Now these are great wide angle lenses. So if you're taking photos inside, you want to make the rooms bigger, use this. You can really get it at nice. If you're close up on an object, you can bring it in. These are a great little lens. They're not all that expensive either. This goes down to 2.8. It's not a 1.4 like that one, 2.8, but great little lens. Good to have. Now, I love doing macro photography. You've probably seen my other videos on macro. This is a 108 mil macro. It's a 2.8. This is a beautiful little lens. Same thing, bought all these lenses secondhand. I can't remember what I paid for these now. It's a long time ago. I've had them for years. But great little lens, good for macro. And now another lens I got is a macro. This is a 60 mil. This is a nice little lens too. Beautiful, all glass. He opens up really big. These are all 2.8, these lenses. So it opens up really nice, very clean. I got this at a second-hand shop. I was just having a look one day and I seen it in their cabinet. Had a look. 30 bucks I paid for this lens. Absolute steal. And it is a great little lens. It's a fantastic lens. So, you know, you can get some good deals if you look around. I would suggest when you're first starting, buy from a camera shop. If you want to buy second-hand and that, you maybe pay a little bit more, but you got a bit of peace of mind. If you buy from someone like Gumtree or what in America, what Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you don't know what you're buying and what these people are going to send you. Now, you could have mold growing in your lens. Like I showed you before, if you look back at my other video with my box to keep the lenses in, to keep them clean and dry and that. You know, all my gear is always kept in those boxes because in Japan here, it's just so humid in summer. Like today, it's about 80% humidity. You don't want stuff growing in your lenses. That just ruins the lens. And then it's just rubbish. So the better you can keep your gear, the better off. So, you know, buying off private people, you might get some good deals, but you might not. You might get bitten. You might get scammed. So I would much prefer to buy from a camera shop than someone I don't know. I'm not too bad. I can look at a lens and I can open him up and have a look inside and see if it's clean and that. But, you know, if you don't know what you're looking at, you can get bitten. So anyway, that would be my suggestion. Get yourself a sort of all-purpose sort of lens, one you can use for a bit, and give it a try out and see what sort of focal length you're using. But even your tryout lens, buy a good one. Don't buy cheap rubbish. Buy a good lens. You know, it's worth spending the money. These things actually are more important than your camera. You know, you can have a good lens put on a cheap camera, you're going to get good photos. You get a cheap lens and put on a good camera, you're not going to have good photos. You're going to have rubbish. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's not so much the body, it's your glass, which is going to give you the quality of photos you really want. Anyway, that's it for today. Till next time, have a good one.